Sports Network Dolphins post-game show. And ladies and gentlemen, I have one thing to tell the entirety of the Dolphins fan base. You're welcome. I am here now, and the Dolphins know who to fuck with, okay? So when I become a fan of this team, this is what you can expect. 70.
Who cares what he's saying? Devon A-Chain. What a game. What a game. Who cares what Royal's going to say? Devon A-Chain, I'm dropping shit in my house. Devon A-Chain. Who cares?
Listen, bro.
Touchdown after touchdown after touchdown after touchdown after touchdown.
Yo, listen. That was one of the most exciting offensive performances I've ever seen in my entire goddamn life. The Dolphins put up 70 points. Tua threw for 309, was perfect in the first half. Was 23 of 26, 4 touchdowns. Devon A-Chain, 200 yards on the ground. Like, Tyreek Hill, 157 receiving yards. Like, the offense was offensing, and it was just literally nothing that Denver can do throughout the course of this whole game. So, we're going to start with Kai. He's really excited, and I know he wants to talk about Devon A-Chain himself, but just give me your thoughts on the overall game, bro.
Listen, man, I told you guys, I've been saying it for weeks, feels like months, feels like years, that Devon A-Chain was going to go out and he was going to be an impact player for the Miami Dolphins. Raheem Mostert touchdowns? Who fucking cares? He's not Devon A-Chain. Tua touchdowns? Who fucking cares? He's not Devon A-Chain. Devon A-Chain, the speed demon, came out, made his plays, literally dropped his fucking nut sacks at the door of Sean Payton and said, "You will not stop me today." He literally, the Broncos, right? The Denver fucking Broncos had Vance Joseph as their head coach, and they dared to hire that man as a fucking defensive coordinator. This 70 points, it should have been 73. After all that bullshit that Sean Payton said as an NFL announcer, and I'm not even talking about Tua, I'm just talking about in general because that man sucked. You go for the NFL record. You go for the NFL record. Who cares? Oh, so dirty, coaches, blah, 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 blah. Fuck Sean Payton. Nobody fucking cares about him.
Well, okay, so first of all, you said fuck Raheem Mostert touchdown. He had
fuck Raheem Mostert. Devon A-Chain.
He had 4 touchdowns. Raheem Mostert had 4. Devon A-Chain had 4. Like, it was just Tyreek had 1. Robbie Chosen scored a touchdown in this game, bro.
Robbie Anderson.
It was fucking fabulous. Bubba, you said it's the greatest game you ever seen. Tell the folks why.
Bro, I had tears in my eyes. Like, the praying worked. Like, it worked. And, people are going to argue about that last play, whether you let Jason Sanders kick that field goal to break the record. Why don't we just spare him the embarrassment of missing that?
My God. You have to make a good day bad? Really?
Like,
God would not have liked that.
He would have missed that shit, bro. That's the biggest kick of his career. Would have been replayed over and over again, breaking the record, all that shit. He would have missed the fuck out of that kick. Anyway, that is the greatest offensive performance in modern football history in a league that's been dominated by offense, in an era that's been dominated by offense. Patrick Mahomes doesn't have that. Brady doesn't have that. Mike McDaniel has that, man. I'm giving credit to Mike McDaniel, the run game guru who we were looking for all last year to get running backs more involved. Well, how about an 8-touchdown running back game? We put up 70 fucking points. This is not a heat stream. Like, this is real. Yep. So he knows. Sanders missed the fuck out of that. Sanders missed the fuck out of that. Shout out Mike White. He came in there and looked capable. I thought that they ran it up on him because I don't know if y'all know this, but Matt Hackett, even though he's god awful, is part of QB Collective, same group that Mike McDaniel's a part of. So I really did think he was going to go for the record and be disrespectful and run up the score on him. Sean Payton's an asshole. Everybody knows that. I mean, he was dog. Like, he's not well liked like that. So I really did think. But again, when you have Jason Sanders, you just can't do that in front of the fans. But Mike McDaniel, I've been saying it since week 1, is a top 3 offensive mind in the game. Andy Reid is the only man I'm taking 100% over him in this moment because of that Super Bowl. Outside of him, maybe I guess it would be Shanahan, and then I'm putting him 3. What he has Tua playing like right now is perfection. We look like a college football team at the peak of the SEC, just running through a Division III team, the Citadel. Like, this is a stat line that Tua would have had at Alabama. and everyone would have said, well, this won't be replicated in the NFL. It just was. We put up 70 points. Like, we are, as of right now today, as everybody knows, I am the warden of the moment, not the prisoner of the moment, the warden of the moment. I don't remember yesterday. I can't predict tomorrow. I live for now. I live for today. Today, Mike McDaniel is the best head coach in the National Football League. Today, Tua Tagovailoa is the best quarterback in the National Football League. Today, Tyreek Hill is the best wide receiver in the National Football League. And today, the Miami Dolphins are the best team in the National Football League. And that was beautiful. That was magical. That was otherworldly. That was a religious experience. That was a psychedelic experience. And I will never forget that. Having your foot, bro, that is crazy. This man was a ball boy in the organization, and he just delivered y'all the biggest L in your franchise's history. That was insane. I was getting numb to the touchdowns by the end and the big runs. I mean, Brooks was an undrafted guy at a BYU, and I was like, oh, he's going for 65 to the crib.
First of all, bro, that last run by Brooks, bro, I 100%, as soon as he made it, I was 100% like, oh, I thought, well, not only that, but it's like they're 100% about to get the all-time scoring record.
Oh, yeah.
I thought once he made that, I thought it was a foregone conclusion that I would have gone for it. I would have gone for it by just saying, but they did not. And look, granted, like they had scored enough. They had their fill on touchdowns. Let's get to some of these individual performances. I know you want to talk about A-Chain. We will move to him later. Let's start with Us. Let's start with Uno. Uno, what?
Just because I put it down there. Scorigami, by the way. 1,077th unique final score in NFL history. And you know who did that? The Miami Dolphins. You know who did that?
Us.
Put your ones up.
Hey, bro, listen. First of all, Uno balled the fuck out. I'm not even gonna hold you. Uno was cooking in that first half, 16 for 16. I think he finished the game 23 for 26. He was dealing and had the play of the year so far, in my opinion, with the no-look touchdown to A-Chain. Like, that was one of the craziest play calls, play executions, just in general that I've seen. Like, that shit was nuts. And look, Mike McDaniel is a fucking wizard. So let's talk about Us a little bit. Fuck the respect fraternity factor. The broadcasters were saying, make Sean Payton be embarrassed forever giving up the record. I think so too, bro. Like, I would have did that.
Do you remember when Steve Ross brought Sean Payton on a boat and said, be my coach?
I don't think so, because I don't think there's any factual evidence that any of that happened.
I mean, but like, listen, Mike
Mike
McDaniel just dropped 70 on that dude's head. 70. Steve Ross at least wanted the guy. He at least wanted the guy. He wanted him and Brady. And Mike McDaniel and Tua just dropped 70 on this man.
Look, you can't argue with the performance, but let's talk about Tua a little bit. What did you like most about the way Tua played today, Kai?
I was just, I mean, okay. I won't lie. All right. I won't lie. This for me was like euphoria. Like, you read the bottom of my thing. I'm 0-3 in my money league. You know who I dropped this morning? Devon A-Chain for Cam Akers. It makes life really sad. I'm 0-3. I'm gonna lose today. It is what it is. It's okay. Life moves on, right?
You don't care.
I think I'm euphoric because we are in a world and a life where when all the going was going tough, right? When everyone was sitting there saying Tua can't get it done, Tua this, Tua that, Tua turned the ball over, all that shit. We're in an age where, and I said it in the pregame, it's enough of asking if Tua can. It's more so of asking, how much will Tua put up today? How much will Tua do this today? How much will we win by? How much will our tribal chief come and bless us with on this day? And this day and age, again, up, down, left, right to the Holy Spirit. Just what a game, what a day, what a time. I mean, that it won't happen because he's our tribal chief and he's not. I was going to say something super fucked up, but, don't want to say it. But because he's our tribal chief, it won't happen. But that should be replayed on every TV and every bar and every studio and every phone and every tablet, every Android, because I don't call Androids phones, that exist in the world. What a time to be alive.
I have no idea what's happening with my mouse, but I can't move it.
Honestly,
So,
I thought you were going to get your Tua jersey that goes halfway through your body.
oh, my
That's what I
Tua
thought.
bro? No, I wasn't going to get my Tua bro. But no, my AirPods kind of like died. And so like I can't move my mouse to like change what's happening. Either way, I don't care. But yeah, with the Tua thing, bro, absolutely. I think for me personally, like I like him continuing kind of the road that he's been on. Like you got a lot of noise coming in here. People potentially saying it's a trap game. And he didn't look like for 1 second that he was going to allow that shit to be a trap game. Like he came into the game firing, like he was sharp the entire like game, really, like until they took him out. But the fact that he started out hot and he just kept it going, like that to me was the brilliance. Bubba, what was your favorite part of Tua's game today?
Just the patience. I thought there were a lot of plays that we finally saw Tua get to hang on to the ball a little bit more, and we saw bigger chunk plays lead from that. My favorite aspect of Tua's game today is just you can tell how in sync he is with the offense with his movements on these run plays, all this misdirection, all of him like hiding the ball behind his hip on like these double reverses and stuff. That all takes practice and a lot of effort and a lot of attention to detail that not a lot of quarterbacks can pull off. And the way he's just been able to manipulate the defense with that and allow for these no-look things to happen. I mean, the man had 2 no-look shuffle passes today. Everyone said it, but like if Mahomes had done that, the Twitter would have burned down to the ground. Like that was absolutely ridiculous. And it all comes from misdirection. You have to be a high IQ football player and a very technical football player, have elite footwork, have elite head work, shoulder work, eye work, just to make sure that the defense does not think that you have the ball or this guy has the ball. And when you just see all these plays happening and dudes are running wide open, it's a credit to the offensive line blocking, but also Tua just completely tricking the defense. So I thought that man was just on point from a mental game today. Obviously, he was perfect. He had more touchdown passes than incompletions, which is absolutely ridiculous. And, they, like you said, it was a statement of like, there is no trap game. This is a different team, hopefully. And we're out here just to win every game and put up a lot of points, man. Like they're the best offense in the league. Like it's everyone else is fighting for second place right now. Like it's that good. It's a different level.
So that's another thing.
You fucking asshole. I saw that shit the second you just fucking put it in
Jason
there.
Sanders made all of his field goals. He was not ass. He wasn't. He did his job today. But no, I think you made a really good point about the offensive line giving Tua time to extend plays. That was something that I've seen Tua struggle with in the past. Like when plays break down, like his ability just to kind of like go through his reads and continue to have things happen out there. He was able to do that in spades today, bro. Like he was fucking on it, bro. He made one throw. I think it was to Braxton Berrios, like where he kind of like went through like 3 or 4 reads, found Braxton back in the middle of the field wide it's open. Like that shit there, that is growth into his game. That was something that I hope to see this year. You got it this game, bro. Really impressive by him. Mike White came in there and threw two passes, one on for a touchdown.
That was crazy.
I mean, so shout out to both people. When
Patrick Surtain went from like, I got Tyreek to you don't even got Robbie Chosen. Like you don't.
Yeah, bro. Like, in my narrative, Patrick Surtain can't guard Robbie Chosen.
No,
like that's just how it's gonna go.
1 for 1 and fucking fried his face off. I mean, he was eating dust. Like that was fucking crazy.
I have video evidence that Patrick Surtain II can't guard Robbie Chosen. Yep. I'm just put it out there. Also, so let's get around to this run game. Kai, I know A-Chain was great. Why was he so great?
All right, fine. So I think just his speed, the ability to just break through the hole. I will say, and it's something that he got a knock on a little bit, and it's something that he was getting a knock on by Dolphins fans as well. His ability to find the holes that were left wide open by this offensive line, by the way, but his ability to find those holes and make those plays, I was actually really, really impressed by. I think listen, I'm going to be a realist. It's not going to happen next week. It's not going to happen again for a while. Like, let's be, this was a game, an unforeseen game of just absolute insanity. But it's progress and it's promising because a lot of what we all thought was going to happen is, the Dolphins need a running back, they need a running back, they need a running back, they need a running back. And you have guys like Raheem Mostert, who we've all said, if you've watched NFL for multiple years now, hey, if this guy's healthy, he can be something. He can give you 1,000 yards. He can give you a touchdown a game. And that's what he's showing right now with Mike McDaniel. And then you have now a guy in Devon Achane where it's just he was running so good in between the blocks. In the passing game, he was doing really well, making guys miss in the open field. He was doing everything you would expect him to do, just kind of in terms of what you would want in this Mike McDaniel offense, and doing that as a rookie and doing that as a guy who does have his flaws. So to do that, especially in your really big first career game in week 3 of the NFL season, and getting a ton of touches, he made the most out of all those touches. It wasn't just, the fact that we were blowing them out. Yeah, that was a huge part of it, but he was making the most of all of his touches. And he did a great job with it. And now you're going to probably see, who knows? I mean, next week he could literally be inactive. Like, that's how crazy this Mike McDaniel offense is and the running backs. But I don't think we'll see him inactive again for the rest of the season. He'll probably get some meaningful touches.
Yeah, absolutely. Another big part of it was the offensive line. Like, look, bro, we've kind of like been digging at it here and there, bro. But at some point, like 0 sacks again, just like you're talking about. Like, you have to give them credit, bro. The offensive line is not only playing like serviceably, they are playing well. They were opening up lanes for Achane to get through and keeping them open, bro. Connor Williams went down, and then you had Liam Eichenberg playing center, and he was fine. He was fine as a center. Shout out to him. I was terrified, by the way. Like, the minute I saw, I was like, what the fuck? Why do I see 74? But the minute he went out there, like, he was cool. He was cool. So you want to give credit to that. But yeah, like, overall, dog, like, the Dolphins are running the football. And that was something that we talked about earlier in the year, like in the preseason and all that type of shit. We wanted to see them run the football back-to-back weeks, over 200 yards on the ground. Like, shit is different now. Bubba, what did you like from the running game?
I just think it's interesting because if the Dolphins, we were wondering, like, okay, well, last year, like, what's going to last year we didn't travel well, right? We got later in the season, teams were jamming us a little bit, and the offense was a lot better first part of the year than it was the second part of the year, even without the Tua injury. Running the football translates all season long if your offensive line can keep it together. No team is ever going to stack the box against Miami. You are guaranteed each and every week, Mike McDaniel is, that they're not going to stack the box. So that makes that a lot easier for the offensive line. I'm just curious on how teams are going to adjust. And the only adjustment is to put more guys in the box, and then Tyreek Hill is going to kill you. So the Dolphins are in a really great position that a lot of people talked about last year was, what if we could just run the football on top of all this great passing game? And not only can we run the football right now, we're running the football the best team in the NFL right now. We are the best running football team to start the season right now. Obviously, today's game has to do everything with it. But, people were clamoring for Dalvin Cook, and obviously Jonathan Taylor trade was heavily speculated, maybe even close. But Mostert added those 10 pounds and comes in here this season. I know he has got injury concerns, but he just refuses to go down. Every single play that I see from Raheem Mostert, he is fighting for extra yards. For him to be this good, despite the rookie behind him having a 4-touchdown game, and he just matches that, I mean, there's no need to improve at running back right now until an injury happens. But the Dolphins are in just such a great spot offensively when you can run the football like this, because what team is going to say, all right, stack the box and don't let Miami run the ball? Okay,
Bubba,
you want us to throw the ball 45 times?
Bubba, even if you have an injury, Bubba, like, is it, like, necessary? Like,
no, probably not.
Savon Ahmed was not.
Right in.
He wasn't bad. Jeff Wilson hasn't touched the field this year.
No.
Like,
I mean, Brooks looked fine. Brooks looked good. I mean, shit. Like, it's at a different level now, and it's like we're at it's almost too good to be true level, where it's like, well, so we just ran the ball for 400 yards, and Tua can throw the ball for 400 yards. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. And I mean, we were talking about no Jaylen Waddle today. You put up 70 points with no Jaylen Waddle. We were talking about, well, what if it doesn't go well? We don't want anybody saying no Jaylen Waddle. Well, they just broke the record essentially without Jaylen Waddle. And this is the second game in a row where Mike McDaniel has been like, y'all forgot I was a run game coordinator. Butch Berry is officially the position coach hiring of the offseason, potentially. Have we seen improvement like this from year 1 to year 2? We've given up 1 sack all season long. We went from not being able to run the football to being the best running team in the NFL. Butch Berry was an asshole, apparently? Okay. Like, holy shit, because I don't – no sacks again. Armstead, when they were running the ball left with Armstead and Wynn, I mean, holy shit, man. It was just get out of the way. Like,
Be
you
careful
can't,
how loud. Be careful how
like,
loud you say a Dolphins coach is an asshole. They get testy about things like that around here. It's from my experience.
no, it's just like that's what
they get trigger
like,
fingers and ready to. They be ready to fire people over being assholes. That's from my personal experience.
I get it, but I don't know if Butch Barry changed his ways, went to anger management camp. Like, I don't fucking know. But Liam Eichenberg played center today, and nobody got hurt.
And nobody
Austin
got
Jackson played right tackle today the whole game, and again, nobody got hurt. Tua did not get touched. There was one play where he almost got sacked, and he backed out of it and threw a great little kind of wheel route to I think it was A-Chain. Like, Tua is just so in sync with this offense, and maybe it's because he's actually in year 2 of a system for the first time, I think, since like high school, right? Because at Alabama, he had a new offensive coordinator every year. And when he's just so in sync, he had more touchdown passes today than incompletions, and we ran the ball better than we threw the ball today. That is absolutely insane. I know that's not going to be like that next week versus Buffalo, but next week is a real big statement, man. Next week's a real big statement to go into Buffalo. The weather won't be too shitty. Go in there and run the football again. Run the football again. Like, it's going to be fun.
I think running the football is it's a big thing, bro. Especially like all the pressure for the offense isn't on Tua. Like, and that is worth its weight in gold, especially when you're a team trying to contend, trying to go to the next level. Adding a running game to an already prolific pass game is something that could only help. I mean, look at the results. The Dolphins had 726 fucking total yards today. I think that ranks them second in NFL history. That's less than 10 yards away from
They're going to have the most yards at the end of the season out of any team, and it won't be close.
Of all time?
Or I don't know of all time, but just of this season for sure. Like, they just locked that up. Like, that's done now. Like, it'll take teams 2 games to get to that. Like, that's just ridiculous.
The absolute disrespect of Sean Payton to leave Russell Wilson there. What a moron. I don't know. I think Russ is probably in his last year in Denver because Sean Payton doesn't want him. Sean Payton wants somebody else in there. And I'm convinced of that. Like, Denver looked completely inept. And I don't know if that was so much because of the way that the Dolphins defense was playing. The Dolphins defense they got better in the second half. I'll put it like that. They played a lot better in the second half than they did in the first. So I want to give them credit. Emmanuel Ogbah got to the quarterback of all people, which is funny. But, like, they weren't great, bro. They look out of sync. That team just looks like something is wrong with it. Kai, have you finished doing what you want? I've been trying to vamp this whole thing. God damn, bro. Like, you're slow. Get like Justin and get faster. So we're coming back to you, Bubba. Bubba, like, what is it about Denver, bro? Like, what went wrong for them? Like, Miami aside, like, what was going wrong for them on the offensive side of the ball?
Yeah, I think Denver was doing a fine job on offense when they had the ability to be balanced. They were able to kind of run the ball with Javonte Williams, get Russ in some good spots, and then Xavien Howard was getting cooked on any play that was extended. So that was just kind of the formula they were going with. And then everything that could have gone wrong for Denver did with the Cortland Sutton fumbles. Like, I know he's fighting for extra plays there, but that's 2 touchdowns right there. And on top of that, like, the Ogbah pick was just like the meanest right hook in football right now. The Ogbah pick was just like, that's some shit that happens in Madden. You're just like, what the fuck? What? I don't even know how that happened. But once Denver couldn't run the football, and we kind of talked about this in the pregame show, like, just put Russ in pass mode, and you're probably going to be just fine. That's what happened. I thought Sean Payton got conservative at times, not going for it, kicking that field goal, whatever. But, your defense, we scored like 7 of 8 touchdown drives. Maybe it was 7 of 9 by the end. Like, when you're doing that, like, just off rip, that team gave up in the second half too. Like, you give up 8 touchdowns to running backs. They ran the same flip play twice, and they just did the same thing twice. Like, that's just like
so fast.
They
scored so fast.
It's crazy. They put up
so fast.
70 points in 60 minutes is nuts, obviously, but I just want to know when it was like, I know there was a touchdown, turnover, touchdown, 3-and-out, touchdown. Like, what the fuck? Like, you just can't do that. I think it's just ironic that Sean Payton said that, last year was the worst coaching shit he's ever seen, and we're going to do everything right now, and we're going to do everything the opposite way. You just gave up 70 points, man.
Hey, your offense look equally as bad. Kai, I don't care if you're finished or not. I don't care if you're finished or not. Talk. I'm fucks with it. But
I could have
and
done
this,
so much better, but I just
it's
you were
okay.
pressing me for time, and I had to
It's
try to
okay.
blend his face. And
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Thank you, Relaxing Music, for the $4.99. Don't know. He said Dolphins had Codeine crazy player next to where Russell Wilson was. Hey, bro, I was all for the mental work. It just did not look like that team stood a chance. I think a lot of people looked at that. Like, I don't think it mattered what Rustin would have did today. The Dolphins were just the superior team today. That's what it felt like. This felt like a complete mismatch. Like it felt like what people think a NFL versus a college team would look like. Like that's what it felt like. It didn't feel like fair competition, and there's not really much more that you can say outside of like Mike McDaniel, sorry, no S. Mike McDaniel has taken a leap. Like, I think it was monumental. I had a lot of criticisms for him last year. The play calling, coming in, like going for it on 4th down, which he did today, which was ridiculous, but it didn't even end up like hurting him. But like so far this season, Mike McDaniel has been by far the best coach in the league. And it's just, I don't know what else to say. Kai, go ahead, bro. Have your moment. This has been your guy since before he was hired. Tell me what Mike McDaniel has done
Full
to
screen,
transform
man.
this team.
So Mike McDaniel, yeah. We get this. Mike McDaniel is as beautiful and as great as this aspen pine pin tremble candle is. You know, just smells like victory, feels like victory, is victory. There are very few things that Kai Chisholm has said, you know what, I'm going to stick. Who said, you know what, I'm going to stick my entire livelihood into this one thing. There are very few things. One of them was Mike McDaniel. The second, and it's so stupid, but you know, I like to think as a human being, I just have a vibe sort of feel for things, you know. The second that this dude was a candidate, and I saw one of the interviews he did as the offensive coordinator for the San Francisco 49ers. From that moment, I said, this is what the Dolphins organization needs. They need somebody who is not this serious, you know, guy that's going to sit here and just be an asshole and be an asshole and be an asshole. As much as I loved Brian Flores, they needed someone to come in and say, you know what, I'm going to bring some new blood. I'm going to bring some fresh air. They needed a guy to be there and say, I'm going to change this. Everyone thought that Tua Tagovailoa was done for. Everyone thought that it was a done conclusion. And he said it so many times. I had to remind him that he doesn't suck. He brought our man from the bottom of the depths of the goddamn ocean to being our tribal chief, to showing us why you put up your ones for him. He's just amazing. He's done everything possible to make this Miami Dolphins team a fun team. Everything possible to make this Miami Dolphins team a team that you can care about. A team that's going to go out there and give their all on the field every single goddamn play. They're 3-0. I said they would go 3-1 for the first 4, with the only loss being the Bills. I now don't even believe my own hype that they're going to go 3-1. I'm believing a 4-0. I mean, it is reached a level where they almost set an NFL record for points. They were calling this a trap game for Mike McDaniel, the wise man to our tribal chief. This is some bullshit. Mike McDaniel took this offense. I tweeted about it earlier. Tyreek Hill was one of the best, if not the best receiver in the NFL. He's made him better. That doesn't make fucking sense. It doesn't. It makes zero sense. He went out there and he made Tua an MVP candidate. He's going out there with guys that you see on benches and random NFL teams everywhere and turning them into 4 touchdowns each. 4 touchdowns each. River Craycraft, Braxton Berrios. I mean, who the fuck are these guys scoring? Durham Smythe. He's taking guys like Kendall Lamb, Austin Jackson, turning them into great offensive linemen. I mean, Mike McDaniel, shit, he's just like me, man. I don't even know anymore. I don't even know what to say anymore. He is a dog, and he will go down. I mean, shit, bro. Mike McDaniel might win us a fucking Super Bowl. The substitute teacher my ass. They said in the halftime spaces that he's a superintendent. This man is the director of football operations for the Miami Dolphins. Crown him, give him his crown, tell him that he is king, and let us lead us to the promised land for the up, down, left, right. Amen. Thank you very much. Thank you, Justin.
The one thing that I would disagree, because you spit that whole time, so we had to let you cook. The one thing that I would disagree with, you will not call that man no king on here. Just like you, only part of him has melanin, okay? So he's a half a king too. He can get him a little bit. But not the whole thing. But you cook it.
It's in his blood. It's in his blood.
Bro, it follows the trend of most NFL teams nowadays. You kind of build up the defense, whatever, with a coach, and then you give your young quarterback an offensive-minded coach, and then your team takes off. Same thing that happened. Like, it's like a match made in heaven, just like you said. I want to switch focus to the defense. Javon Holland led the team again in tackles, forced 2 fumbles, like all over the field. But I mean, he was just the best player on the defense that played all right. You know, sad note, Jalen Phillips did go back out of this game with an injury, so hope he's okay. I think he's going to be out for a little while. What was his oblique?
Yeah,
he might be out for a while. But overall, like, the defense played okay. Like, I saw some plays from David Long Jr., Jerome Baker. All right. Okay. Bubba, what were your thoughts on the defense?
I think the defense is just getting a little bit better game by game. I think they're getting a little bit more comfortable game by game. Would have liked to see a little bit more pass rush today. Russ had been taking so many sacks, and I think we only got to him once at the end, right, with Agba. Just
6 sacks he took last week against the Washington
yeah.
Commanders.
So I would have liked to see that a little bit more. Other than that, I don't know. I just thought Javon Holland was a stud out there. Like, I didn't see the defense do anything that necessarily wowed me besides generate the turnovers. And 2 of those that's just Javon Holland punching the ball out. Like, you know what I mean? And I thought the Agba pick was a great play by him just to, like, be ready for that, I guess. But I didn't necessarily think that, like, that was something great. I don't like that we can't stop running the ball, or that we can't stop the run right now. We just can't. But all in all, when you first force turnovers like that and give our offense more opportunities, we're going to win games. So if you want to have the bend but don't break mentality, but you're going to force that turnover, keep it going.
Oh,
Russ is cooked, man.
Let Russ cook.
It's disrespectful that Sean Payton put him out there the whole game. He was like, "No, you will go down with the shit. You will." You will play every snap. Russell Wilson at the end of that game was down 50, taking huge shots to the ribs to throw that ball downfield. No mercy for Sean Payton. Bounty gate on his own fucking quarterback out there, bro. He wanted that.
That shit is rough. The decline of Russell Wilson, like it's tough to watch. But Russ, objectively, wasn't really horrible today. Like, he threw for 300 yards. He just threw for 1 touchdown. Like,
there's no way that you're really – listen, bro.
He wasn't terrible, guy.
Russ was trash. I'm sorry.
He didn't play bad, bro. He was not bad.
He was very bad.
He was
horrible.
You comparing him to what Tua was doing, bro. You can't, bro. Like, Tua was elite. Russ was not horrible. Go ahead.
I don't think Russ was horrible today necessarily, but, like, he was just in an impossible position. Like, this whole game just went to the craziest level of shit for the Denver Broncos. Like, what is the number one thing the Denver Broncos came in here not to do? Go down early, because we need to be able to have balanced football and be able to, take the ball out of Russ' hands, not put it all on him. 14-0 off rip. And then you get a touchdown to Miami, goes right back. Like, and it's just like you get into that game so early that you go into pass mode, let Vic Fangio, who wants to play the pass like that, he doesn't want to face the run, and you just put your quarterback in an impossible position, everything. I know they were missing Justin Simmons, but, that 70 points anywhere is just insane.
Holland, you got to show up for the streams on time. We gave 2 of his flowers first. Holland, I know you'll be on time for the Heat stream, but show up on time for the Dolphins streams too. But yeah, like I'm look, dog. they did what they were supposed to do on Russ. I don't think Russ was horrible. I don't think he was great. I don't think he was good. Really, he was just fine. You know what I mean? Like, but he wasn't a detriment to them. I don't know what to make of their defense. Like, I would probably fire somebody. Kyle, you firing somebody in Denver tomorrow?
Sean Payton.
Really?
So, in the great words of Bubba himself, he said how Sean Payton was talking about how horrible the coaching was last year, which it was. Besides Butch Berry, of course, because I mean, look what he's doing in Miami. But the coaching was horrible, and it's embarrassing. Like it's like it isn't even like it's just embarrassing. Like there's no way. Vance Joseph gone. I mean, you knew what you had in him as a head coach, and you brought him back as a defensive fucking coordinator.
That's where he had success.
Brought him back as a defensive coordinator. And then you went out to hire a guy who's been out of coaching for a year. We Dolphin fans know what happened the last time. That man ripped up his notes. We know what happened with us, right? So you went out and hired a guy who was going to get fired by the Saints, but, you know, he left, quote unquote. It is embarrassing. It's embarrassing as hell. You lost to the Raiders in week 1. Embarrassing. You lost to the fucking Commanders. They're going to change their name in another year. They're not even going to be the Commanders anymore. I mean, it's insane. You have to fire so many people. After a loss like that, you know, the great Keith Olbermann once said after the Super Bowl loss of the Seattle Seahawks to the New England Patriots, that it was time at that moment to clear house and fire everybody because you could never recover from something like that. This hasn't been done in decades. It is almost an NFL record. I'm going to say it's an NFL record because Jason Sanders would have made that kick. 73 points. I don't care what you guys are going to say. 73 points, NFL record. To do that and to have that happen to your team from the top to the bottom, at least at the end of the year, you have to clear house. You can't. That stench is going to stay there for so long. And it's just going to keep festering and festering and festering for their organization. I would fire Vance Joseph tonight. Leave him in Miami. It's okay. He probably still has an apartment here. And then once the season's over, tell Sean Payton, hey, Sean, you know, your Alzheimer's is kicking in a little bit. It's time to go back to the retirement home. We'll see you. Thank you. Goodbye.
So I think you're on to something. I think they're going to fire everybody except for Sean Payton.
But why? He hired
because, yeah, no, but it's just kind of like they're going to clean house around him, like including the players. Like I think they may trade Jerry Jeudy. I think they may get rid of Russ.
Look up Jerry Jeudy highlights. Anything from today?
He had an okay catch
for a touchdown that got called back. I'm still looking at Bama highlights, man. It's crazy.
Let that man live, bro.
He's a future Dolphin legend, though. He'll come back to Tua. That's the crazy thing. Like when Jerry Judy's wide receiver 3 on Miami and it feeds families, like what NFL player on offense right now? If you're a free agent, are you not taking less money to go have a career year in Miami with no state income tax? Like for real.
If
you're a tight end right now, a veteran tight end that is looking for just like Miami's going to become a spot.
Are you a pass catching tight end or are you a blocking tight end?
A pass catching tight end.
Yeah,
we have 2 blocking tight ends.
You're not coming over here.
True, but you know what I'm like. There's going to be players when they request trades now are going to be like, well, I want to play with Mike McDaniel because I know I'm going to have a fucking career year. Tyreek Hill, like Kai said, is having a career year when people were like, he's a certified Hall of Famer, one of the greatest talents we've ever fucking seen. And he's downgrading at coach, downgrading at quarterback, supposedly. How about the best start to a career any receivers ever had with a team?
So I'm going to tell you what position this applies to. It's going to apply to wide receivers, and it will apply to running backs. Running backs will start coming to Miami.
Oh, yeah.
Dalvin Cook is kicking himself
in the nuts so bad
nightly.
Yeah.
Because he could have been RB1 and could have been the beneficiary of a lot of these touches and a lot of the creativity.
Because he's asked, but
Mike McDaniel would have made him look like Adrian Peterson in his prime.
Can I add something?
Yeah.
Shout out to CBS broadcast for not knowing how to look up analytics. The Miami Dolphins offense today put up the most yards in NFL history, beating that of the now Los Angeles Rams, which were probably the Los Angeles Rams actually in 1951. Both in September, 4 days apart, and 52 years apart. With 735. The previous record was September 28th, 1951 by the Rams. It's 722. The last time that this many yards has been put up by a team within the last 11 years. Nope. Sorry, last few years was the Ravens in 2019. And then that was
the year they started the year putting up 55 on Brian Flores' head. First game. I remember
that was 643 yards. And that was on September 8th, 2019, which was probably that exact game.
We've come a long way, man, from that game. From that game to putting 70 points on. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Like, I just think
that was that game, 59-10.
With this team moving in this direction, bro, I think you are absolutely correct to change your stance on the Dolphins potentially going 4-0, because
have to be. They
look unstoppable.
Yeah.
Like right now, do you feel like there's a defense in the league that kind of worries you? Like maybe I think I can think of one that may kind of like give you some problems with what you're doing, but even that one is tough because they just lost somebody for the year.
You were thinking Dallas. I was thinking San Francisco.
Bro,
both. I mean, I think Micah Parsons would kill us.
I think the Cowboys, like I like the Cowboys defense. Yeah, I'm thinking Micah Parsons because Micah Parsons is a game record.
100%.
Like, Nick, so is Bosa. But like
I don't know.
Maybe I'm caught up in the moment, but I feel like the Dolphins could put up points on the 49ers.
I feel like we can put up points on anybody. Like I'm with you on that too. Like I don't think it would be as bad. Like I'm looking at Buffalo's defense next week, and I think every team playing Miami needs to expect that there's a 70% chance that this shit's a shootout. If not,
yeah.
More. Like you got a game plan for that. Like you got to tell your defense, don't get discouraged. Just like stay locked in. You just need to get 1 or 2 stops.
Well, Juan said it earlier. He was like he's expecting 28 at this point.
And we get 28.5.
Shit, dude, I said 30-15, and that felt.
I did too. I said 31-17.
I felt like a lot.
I said 31-17. We scored more than double that.
We also set an NFL record for touchdowns in a game with 10. The last time that happened was 8, and it was against the Miami Dolphins in 2019 from the Baltimore Ravens. That's the last time it's happened. Before that, it hadn't happened since 1966 when the Dallas Cowboys beat the Philadelphia Eagles 56-7.
Hey, Justin, your disrespectful ass can take that shit down from out there, bro. Like, nobody care about that.
When you predicted a loss, I honestly would start to. I was gonna start cracking up. Like I thought it was really funny.
Loss?
Yeah, well, I was just like, "There's no way this man believes in this shit."
Okay, so I'm a known liar, and I have to be contrarian liar. Like, sometimes I just have to do my job, bro. This one I actually kind of convinced myself of. Like, I didn't really like believe it. Otherwise, it would have been more convincing. But like, I kind of convinced myself of it because I really did believe that Denver was better than the 0-2 team. And I don't know if, like, look, bro, they may still be better than that, but the Dolphins are much better than I thought. Like, this game, that offense is better than I thought it was, and I thought the offense was really good.
Isn't it crazy? Like, we were really good last year, and for the first time in a long time, we haven't had a game yet. Like, have we had that game where, like, it feels like last year? This looks like last year. Like, we're talking about the improvement as a coach from Mike McDaniel. Like, there was a huge issue last year with getting fucking plays in. That is killed. That is done. That is not a fucking problem.
Pre-snap penalties.
Yeah, like
people being downfield, people doing illegal shifts. It's dead. Everyone fucking knows what the fuck is
not running the ball.
Done. Like, problem fixed. Like, I don't know how he does it, but like that is the sign of an elite coach. Where it's like we're used to problems with coaches. Adam Gase, Brian Flores.
I fucking hate Justin.
I still can't believe you predicted that. But like Adam Gase had problems that would just go on for year after year.
I had to bring that up to show the Chiefs are cooked now. Now that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are dating, they're cooked.
Bro, first of all, I made a questionable decision and went after the Swifties on Twitter. I was like that album. I was like that album. I said that album after He Break Her Heart gonna be generational. Like, so it is though, bro.
Tua had more touchdowns than incompletions today. Oh my god.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, Ball control could be the problem. I agree. Like that's what. But is Josh Allen a ball control guy? I don't think so. Like you're gonna play ball control when you think you have the better quarterback on the field. Like when you get to the playoffs, these teams like Buffalo, Kansas City are not gonna say in Cincinnati. You think with Patrick Mahomes you're gonna play ball control?
That's a wild thing to say though. Like to even bring it out, I've never thought about it. Like teams might actually start imploring the Kansas City strategy against the Miami Dolphins. Like
they're gonna tell Josh Allen,
don't let them touch the ball.
Yeah, they're gonna say chill out. And you're paying that quarterback $55 million, and you're telling him slow the fuck down.
Hand the ball off.
We need you to hand the ball off and throw screens and throw slants. But
don't give it to Tua.
My big arm. Fuck off. We don't. We want to score all the time. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing it.
Don't give the ball to Tua.
No, the Patriots have come the closest to beating us, and they said, grind this shit out, play 3 fucking safeties, run the ball. Go ahead. We're going to run the ball. You're going to run the ball. You're going to get the ball hopefully less than 10 times, and we're going to figure it out from there. And we're just going to hope we have a swing at you at the end.
Kai, did you ever think that you'd live to see the day? Well, that's the new strategy versus Dolphins. Don't let them get the ball.
My girlfriend during the game asked me if I think I was going to live to see the day, period. The sentence ended there. After what we were watching today.
Yes, I do want KFC. Get me the chicken wing, the spicy chicken wings. They don't have no sauce on, but they got spicy chicken wings. Get me them, bro, please. Thank you.
Something about that. Just shout out Rose wife.
Yeah, bro. That is beautiful. I love that woman, bro.
Oh my god.
She probably texted me, and I'm not looking at my phone right now. So like. She was like, I know where to find this.
Just fucking waiting there in the goddamn KFC fucking drive through.
Look, I told you, bro.
Oh my god.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely, brother. That is,
dude.
I
have people texting me I haven't spoken to in years, just being like 70 is crazy. This kid I haven't spoken to since like junior year of high school just texted me 70 is insane, man.
It's like, what can you say? What can you say, bro?
This is national news.
I was sitting here before the game, like, man, really, really, really trying to get Devon A. Like, I've been trying in my dynasty league to get Devon A. Got my one friend. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just offer him. I was like, I believe so much in this kid. I'm gonna offer him like 2 of my best running backs because I just don't care. I want Devon A. Third quarter. Get a text and said he's mine, and then instantly from Sleeper has rejected the trade. And I said this motherfucker had to have I was like, I know I should have offered this last week, man. Like I don't think I'll say I didn't think I would ever live the day to see the Miami Dolphins offense be this good. I think what I've really loved, because it's just been something where it's like, wow, I don't have to worry about this anymore, has strictly been on the side of on 3rd and 3, on 3rd and 7, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 13, 3rd and 11, 3rd and 12.
You have a chance.
Not only do we have a chance, but I feel like I'm sitting here thinking like, all right, you know what? If we don't get this, it's not the end of the world. It's fine. Either our defense will somehow come up with a stop, or we'll be in a good position. I don't think I've ever felt that. Even during the Jay Ajayi going crazy, eating pickle or sipping pickle juice on the sideline year, I was still like, man, if we get into a 3rd and 3, like we're not gonna get this, and our defense is gonna give up a touchdown. And like I've reached that level where it's like I don't really get worried or nervous. That game against the Patriots last week, not nervous at any point, not one point, not from the start to the end. And that's a divisional game, and we know divisional games will be close. We know divisional games will be crazy.
My boy relaxing music with the $4.99. Don't know. He said the only Elite 70 coming out of Miami is Nemanja Bjelica. That 70-piece chicken wing from goddamn Miami Grill goes for that boy. But yeah, I think that's what. First of all, you guys are welcome for the winning. I feel like I have to say that again, bro. My presence, like I said, the Dolphins know who to play with and who not to play with. But I feel like that is the change. Like the confidence from Dolphins fans seems to be permeating like throughout Twitter, where it was like in any situation, y'all feel like y'all can get a buck. We feel like we can get a touchdown. Like that is the biggest change, and that's when you start moving different. That's when your team starts to play different. Mike McDaniel would have did it anyway, but that's when your team starts to go for it inside of their own 30-something yard line on fourth down. And
I thought they were going to fucking get it when they did that. I thought they were going to – I was screaming, go for it. I was like, they can't fucking stop me right now. Who gives a fuck? Like, I would have been pissed if they didn't do it.
Nah, Holland. Don't try and make me do what I am known to do, Holland. Okay? Play nice and fair here. The Dolphins are obviously going to score 50 long and well before Tyler Hero scores 40. All right? So you put
35, man. 30 again.
Come on now. I can't see this. Hold on. Let me put this on full screen.
335 yards and 8 touchdowns, man.
Listen, bro. It's scary out there. Do the Fins running it back and rookies give us any hope for the Heat?
No. I barely watch fucking basketball.
You knew the answer. Why are y'all doing this to us? We are having a good time.
Oh my God. CK just posted the best tweet of all time. This is fucking amazing. Holy
that is beautiful.
Shit.
Shout out CK for that beautiful answer.
Holy shit.
Bro, that's been the best part about being a Dolphins fan to me. The Dolphins fan have had me in times where I have not thought of the word Damian Lillard for hours.
Yeah.
Until you bitches had brought it up. So thank y'all. But I legit had forgot that the Heat were like trying to get Dame. Because imagine if Jaylen Waddle was playing.
Oh, we would have scored 100. We would have scored 100.
He would have done. Where's the video? Run this back. Run back my video.
Yeah, right. Get the clip of Kai catching the football. That's what he would have did.
That's what he would have done to stop like 3 touchdowns.
Oh, he's gonna let me cook. I got you. But yeah, so now that we've gotten this out of our system, best offensive game of probably any of our lifetimes. Where do they go from here? Like next week, what do they do? Kind of like what kind of do you expect? Are you expecting the offense to continue like kind of rolling? You expecting a hard-fought game? Like where do they go from here?
All right, not gonna lie, next week's gonna be tough. I think Buffalo's looked really bad. I even with their 2-1 record, I don't think that they've looked good at all. I think Josh Allen, you saw who the real Josh Allen was in that first game against the Jets. I think that the Dolphins can walk away from a win with that game. I don't think we'll see them put up close to, I got to be the Debbie Downer here. I don't think they'll put up 50 points again this season. I don't think that's going to happen. All right. I think the max they'll probably put up again this season is like a 30 or 35. But I think that this game will be tough. Yeah, which is obviously, we're just, we can put up 70 on this bitch. So we're just, sometimes you just got to switch it up. I don't know, man. Like, I just think that this offense is going to continue to do good things and continue to run the football. And Mike McDaniel showed his hands today and last week to all NFL teams where he said, look, I could care less if you're going to make me run the ball. I'm going to run it down your fucking throat with guys who were called ass. And shout out to Chris Greer because he said, you know what? Oh, he has to wait for this. I mean, this is the best video of all time. It's the best video of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what would have happened. This is what would have happened. All right. That's what would have happened. And I just shout out to Chris Greer because he said, you guys are more worried than we are. And everyone laughed at him. But he was right. With this comment about playing the Giants, I will add, the Giants did come back against the Cardinals. The Cardinals are currently beating the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas. So, in Dallas? I think it's in Dallas.
No, it's in
Arizona.
But Zach Martin isn't playing.
It doesn't matter. They're still beating Dallas. When
you look at the Dolphins' schedule, like 2 of the best games of the NFL last year were the Dolphins-Bills game. We have the Kansas City game in Germany. On Christmas Eve, they play the fucking Cowboys. Like, we are going to be must-watch television. Like,
I think you already are.
I agree, but just like on the whole, we will be put on the national NFL scale.
I think he is.
We're going to be. They should move this game next week, but it's going to be nuts. Yeah, no. He's not even predicting the Dolphins. That is
Don't
crazy.
worry about it. Hey, Gerald, bro.
He's a known liar. Known liar.
Like, bro, at what point are you people gonna realize this?
Yeah.
I say what I want in the moment. I say what I feel, and that my feelings change from minute to minute. Like, listen, bro, I'm just not confident. I don't know, bro. It's something gnawing at me that this game it's just not sitting well with me, bro. And so I'm picking them to lose, bro. I gotta go up my gut. So 24-17, Denver Broncos today. I end this fucking stream, you bitches talking to me like this. Don't you dare disrespect me like that on this. You know what, bro? That's the end of the show.
I'm tired of this church. Holy thing.
What the fuck is going on here? It's like so we can all agree that our Dolphins have beat the offense in the NFL, have the best offense in NFL history. So,
You trying to read that shit?
iPhone. I update your phone to iOS 17. iPhone just got a brand new whole interfaces when it comes to autocorrect. They would have cleaned all that up, bro. Like, come on now. It's just random videos,
dude.
coming out of everywhere right now.
Bosh, amazing, sick, great, fantastic.
I know that's Kachi and Chisholm bag right there. I know that one for a fact that's Kachi.
That's what I should have said when you asked me.
Yeah, for sure. But we're going to wrap this up. Great game from them. We'll see y'all on Thursday for our preview show where we kind of look back on this with some other members of the basement. And before we look forward, when we play the Giants, I'm going to have Nunu come on to the show. Nunu is a reformed Giants fan. She used to be a Giants fan. Now she's a Bengals fan, I think. It doesn't matter. But what we're going to do is we're going to have members of the basement who are fans of other teams come on when the Dolphins beat the shit out of their team. So they can defend themselves. So y'all make sure y'all stay locked in with our Dolphins coverage. I don't know if you call this coverage. It's just talking shit about the Dolphins. But fans avoid New England and Buffalo in November, December. We already cleared them folks. But yeah, we'll see y'all there. So thank you guys in the comments as always for joining the show, making it much more fun than it would have been without you. Thank you to my boy Kachi and Chisholm and the boy Bubba. And of course, Justin in the background on the ones and twos. We will see y'all next time. Play the video, Justin.